Yeah.
And I said, if something happened.
And then.
Sure.
So- Yeah.
So that's.
Yeah.
I believe that I think it's easier
But I forgot, like. So, and that is good.
You're good. So you're good. These are TVs.
Oh, I guess Craig.
We'll see if they're gonna stick in their hand. With a ball. But this is where the game should be 20 years.
He's
ago.
actually.
Oh, really?
Well.
Yeah. Well, it's always.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Yeah, I gotta think from those, I guess I can figure that, I get the tips, and then started to look at how they.
Well, we're teaching them, so, you know, the old house, having a
Yeah.
test, we're gonna go visit now, there's just. Yeah. Yeah, the head follows.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah, and so they just decided that,
My
you know,
husband.
that's their own.
Yeah.
There's no family here except
Yeah.
for me, and so they still really like it before. They're not. Side of the town, but.
Yeah, sure is.
Of course, I've been on my, maybe corn, something, but, yeah, they're actually. Really, that's like that.
As I said, it means like. I never stopped. I did it.
Those kind of.
You
get it. Figure it out. And then.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, you're just looking forward to. Oh, that's like. She's hoping one more after the other.
Carl, you got today? But you gotta start somebody.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, still got, you know.
With that. Oh.
It's okay.
They go.
April, May. You had.
Done that before.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing. I was just down here. On the street.
Oh, you're sick it up your shop. Why do we do that?
Yeah, it's supposed to know, I don't want to change. That's go back to 55. Taking the truck somewhere. You have the.
Yeah, especially with the roundabout there now. White through there, so I'm like, I gotta be.
If you got a letter from, did I give you that letter from? Andy, Gary, you got the bread? No, the. Yeah. Yeah, I just didn't bring it with me. To go from 45 to where?
Right, but you say, but.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm against it. Because John Gale was it all.
Too narrow. You gotta lower it.
45? No, no. 55 to begin with. The roads on, get the truck
I
off.
want to take it to 35. I already talked to him about.
Yeah, no, that.
Actually, like, turn your picture on to lower. Is it Andy
You've
required?
already got the roundabout. Let's slow it down.
Somebody took the light out. They're now.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't. They really.
Oh, one guy.
That's why I asked him.
From 45.
It doesn't say.
Oh, this one. Oh, they didn't say. I already asked him about that. I mean, which is bring it up.
You need any other?
No, I got, we just wanted, I didn't bring that letter. But they didn't bring, you didn't put in the letter. Put it out. You've got 35. Well, from your business in roundabout, they're not.
I'm reading.
No.
Oh, yeah.
They don't get it.
We assume you don't. We want to make sure, because it's audience participation. Section where if you want to speak, you can speak. I just want to, if somebody else was here, and something different, we just want to go first. And you're all the same.
Yeah, we thought, we love to speak. Yeah, I'm there, Aaron, it's like that was.
Love them. place was full, I mean, we could limit it. You can't limit a public hearing, but you can limit it on your speaker sound. Yeah, so no, that. But we will be on something, guys, another issue.
Oh.
I'll make that statement. You know, a lot. You'll know. Okay.
I got a man.
I don't know if you know why.
Right. Now I don't think that's.
It'll show on it. We don't need that.
Cereal.
Oh, maybe.
It's sort of like that thing of evaporates, don't they? Yeah, stuff, man.
And it's only too many. Way under. What is probably.
Are we making out over the game?
Yeah.
Almost time. You got about 2 minutes. Good evening. I'd like to call the Town of Horses Town Board meeting to order. Kathy, call the roll, please.
Mr. Ripko, Mr. Lewis,
Aye.
Mr. Wilbur, Mr. Ziegler,
Aye.
Mr. Fisher.
Aye. Would you please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item 2 is a motion to accept the minutes of the March 8th and March 22nd, 2023 meetings. Second.
Mr. Ripko,
Yes.
Mr. Lewis.
Aye.
Mr. Wilbur.
Aye.
Mr. Ziegler,
Aye.
Mr. Fisher.
Aye. Item 3 is a resolution to authorize the payment of claims. Second.
Mr. Ripko,
Yes.
Mr. Lewis,
Aye.
Mr. Wilbur,
Aye.
Mr. Ziegler.
Aye.
Mr. Fisher.
Aye. Item 4 is a report to town officers.
I move these reports be received and put on file.
Second.
Mr. Ripko,
Aye.
Mr. Lewis,
Aye.
Mr. Wilbur.
Aye.
Mr. Ziegler.
Aye.
Mr. Fisher.
Aye. Item 5 is correspondence and item 6 is a motion to receive the correspondence.
Second.
Mr. Ripko, Mr. Lewis,
Aye.
Mr. Wilbur.
Aye.
Mr. Ziegler.
Aye.
Mr. Fisher.
Aye. Item 7 is audience participation. And we ask you if you want to speak to the board, to approach the podium, state your name and address, and only speak on anything that is not on the agenda. I know we have a lot of people from the L here. I want to welcome you. Is there anybody here that is not from the L that would like to speak on anything? I'd like you to go first.
Well,
Are you? Go ahead.
I'm not with the L, but I'm one of the residents.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
You can-
you're here.
you're here for that.
Yes, yes.
no, we had a couple other items that we didn't know if anybody was gonna speak on. Okay, so at this time, I'll ask anybody, go ahead. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you, Steve. I'm gonna have our town attorney explain what the process was, how we came about this, the PUD that was granted and everything. So I'm gonna turn it over to our town attorney, John.
Okay, what I want, the town board is a legislative body. They pass the laws and the ordinances and stuff for the operation of the town, including the zoning ordinance, which is the issue between the town and the Journey Church. The Journey Church is located in a Residence A zone district of the town. And churches in Residence A zones are permitted uses at that point in time. Discussions have been held with the church and the church over the past year or so with regard to the zoning matters. What we've been looking for from them is an additional application to expand their PUD, which is a planned unit development. And because we had not received that application, I wrote the letter, which you probably all seen regarding on February 6th that I wrote to the church and gave to their attorney, requesting them to make the application so that the board can act on their requests. And I also stated in there that during that period of time, they should cease all commercial operations on the property. Because those commercial operations, except for a limited amount, are not approved. At the time of the original application for the original construction of the building, what was designated on the plans as the worship center, the applicant expressed a desire to rent out certain space for professional offices, which is a commercial use, not allowed in the Residence A zone. And the town suggested that if they wanted to do some commercial activities, that the best way for this to be done, because the town would not rezone that area to a business zone, which would open it up for them to do anything. And plus, it would probably be a spot zone because everything around it is Residence A or agricultural at that point in time. So we suggested that they could do what's called a planned unit development. Planned unit development requires 3 acres to operate. And they had that 3 acres, and they could then apply for specific uses at that point in time. They made the application by letter, and they made an application that stated, and you may have seen this letter, that they wanted to have programs, offices, events, including without limitation, seminars, conferences, concerts, educational services, iMatter events and programs, church and worship services, job fairs, sports clinics, leagues, teams, tournaments, weddings, anniversary celebrations and parties, vendor and craft fairs, dance studio, professional offices, catering services, cafe, community center, restaurant, fitness center, bookstore, voting, hosting government events, audio and video production, and social media and marketing. That was their request at the time. At the time, the planning board reviewed, this board then acted under the PUD, created the planned unit development, and the only approval was given for the use of professional offices, which was defined or characterized by or conforming to technical or ethical standards of a profession requiring licensing by the state of New York. So that was the only commercial use they were given approval for at that time. Since then, as we are all aware, they've expanded their commercial use of the worship center to include a membership fitness center, a barbershop, concerts, wrestling events, apparently upcoming movie nights, advertising the center as a wedding venue, as well as to host other events without making any further application to the town for amendment to that planned unit development. Now, I'm gonna open up this, it's the audience participation section. So it's not really a public hearing. But the town board will not participate while you make comments. If you have any questions of your comments, just ask the questions. And once we close this portion of the meeting, we will try to answer them. If we can't answer them right away, we will get answers to you. Each party will have 3 minutes to make their statement, and I just ask you to be courteous and remember there's somebody who wants to speak after you probably at that point in time. If you have any written statements, you can file those with the town clerk to be made part of the minutes. So I'll open this up now for the audience participation. If you want to speak, please come forward to the podium, state your name and address. Upon being recognized, you can make your statement. Who wants to be
It's
first?
open, it's open to all. You don't
Yes,
have
yeah.
to be just a resident.
Right,
So you people that are from
yeah.
the Erie area, if you want to make comment, you can.
So anyone who wants to be first? Go ahead. Somebody's got to be first.
There we go.
There you go.
Sorry, babysitter.
No,
That's okay.
that's all right.
We're gonna share a cereal.
Yeah. Jennifer Johnson. 742 East Franklin Street. So unfortunately, my husband couldn't be here tonight, or else he'd be speaking with me as well. So this has been something that's been going on for a long period of time, and I just want to give you the background of our understanding about all the events and everything that's transpired, because I think it's been blown out of proportion on many angles. So this is really about the people that live right there that have to deal with the noise that's going on. And when I say noise, it's not like we're getting a free concert. It's not like, you know, it's once a week, once a month, once a summer. It is anytime during the week, whether it's a school night, whether it's not a school night, it's any time, Monday through Sunday, that we could potentially have a concert going on. And it's very important to understand, it's not it's like sitting next to a car with bass going off. It's not something that, you know, we can enjoy in any way, shape, or fashion. I know that argument's been made that we're getting free concerts. That's not the situation. And we've had even people up there, and the Elks sponsored putting people up there to say, yes, this is a problem. You do have a lot of backfeed or whatever it's technically called that gives that appearance of being like a bass just sitting next to a car. And you get that from whenever the concert starts, which sometimes it's 6, 7, 8, I don't even know when, until after the concert's done. They continue on, you have the encores, all of that. We're trying to go to sleep, and you can't turn the TV up, you can't round it out. The only thing you can do is just sit there and listen to it. And we tried to contact, and we didn't want it to go to this level. We just wanted resolution on that sound. There's got to be a way to fix that, so that it's not happening at all hours. And I know originally there was, you know, concerts for I Matter, and I don't personally issue with a concert a year or something like that. We can make that, like, I want people to understand that's not what this situation is now. It's, I come home every day and say, am I gonna have to listen to a car next to me sounding like with its bass turned up for the next 4 hours? And that's in my home. And then during the summertime, I had people up there, and we were having just a get together, and they were like, what is that annoying just bass? And I'm like, well, there's a concert tonight. They're practicing during the day. I know my neighbors have, you know, recently had an unfortunate medical diagnosis, and they're spending time outside, and it's absolutely driving them nuts as well. And I don't believe they could be here tonight, but it's just,
30 more seconds, okay?
yeah. I just want to make sure everybody understands that this isn't a once a time, it's going on all the time, and it makes it just hard to want to go home and enjoy the country that we thought we were living in, not the downtown city. So.
Thank you very much. Next. If you don't come up, we're gonna close this section of the meeting, so you better, don't dawdle.
Thank you very much. My name is Bruce Cowell. My address is 110 Winters Avenue in Horsehead. So my question is this, is.
1 second.
Oh, I apologize.
110 Lennox.
Lyndhurst.
Lakers. Thank you.
So my question is this, is wedding ceremonies were mentioned as being allowed at the L or at the community center as well. So at the time that a wedding ceremony is taking place, that is then a wedding venue. At the time that a concert's taking place, it becomes a concert venue. So that's flexible within what's going on at the L. When it's church on Sundays, it becomes a church venue. So how is that, how are we gonna take each part apart? Because it's all inclusive. It becomes its own thing when we're at, but the overall purpose is a good purpose for the positivity of community. It's not meant to degrade it, it's only meant to enhance our community, not to tear it apart. It's meant to bring it together. In a good way, a very good way. And you can hear testimonies, as we've heard, about the good things that happen there. It's not a bad thing. It truly is not. And we might yellow come as well. There's something for everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
I'm short, please. My name is Marta Santiago. 406 Greystone Drive in Horseheads. And I just have a question about where can I find a record of what was approved? Because I haven't been able to look and see what was approved. That's my,
I'll answer you right now. You can come in anytime, see this young lady and she'll give it to you.
okay, thank you.
Anyone?
Wasn't going to speak. My name is Jane Rundall, Rundall. And you want my address?
Yes.
206 Leisure Lane, Horseheads. Our purpose in the things that we are doing is to reach those that aren't normally reached. And so we've been willing to do the unusual things to bring them in. I will try to address the noise issue that this young lady spoke of. I am often there. These things are going on. And I'm in another part of the building. And I don't hear anything. However, we've begun to realize that the eastern end of the building has been apparently acting as like a megaphone or something. I don't know exactly, but apparently that's where the noise issue is coming from. And we are working on finding a way to put up sound absorption things. There's something in the works and I don't know what it is because that's not my department. But there's something that is being worked on to make it so that sound, and often its vibration, does not go beyond where we are. So we have some people working on that kind of a remedy. And, I would just say, we're so sorry if you're having difficulty. That's not what we would want at VL or Journey Church or Journey Center or any of the entities that are operating there. What we're trying to do is be Jesus to our community the best we can. And that includes inviting in and accepting whosoever will, whether they look like me, act like me, or sound like me or not. And there are all kinds of people that come through the doors, and we just want to love them and show them Christian love and offer them a place to enjoy something. That's all I have to say.
All right, thank you.
I think he was waving and he unmuted his mic. I can see that. So I think he wants to speak.
Who is it, do you know?
That's Tom Brown. I can see his name up there.
Tom, do you want to speak?
No, I just wanted to, I'm just questioning what is considered a concert and what's considered an event. And if they can overlap. If the church can use an event or a concert, actually, but call it an event. And what's the difference? You know, how do they not get away with it? Which they can. And that's it. I'm just wondering about the differences. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Anyone else, please?
Is he looking for a response to that?
I told, other than the one I just gave quickly,
Okay.
no responses while we're waiting for people to talk.
Okay.
Anyone else wish to speak? Motions in order to close the public, close the audience participation base of the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
You want to answer those
Mr.
questions?
Ripko?
Hi.
Mr. Lewis.
Aye.
Mr. Wilbur.
Aye.
Mr. Ziegler.
Aye.
Mr. Fisher.
Hi.
With regard to the first question, you're talking about weddings and that type of thing. Yes, are weddings expected by a church? Absolutely. And the question becomes, where does it become a commercial operation compared to just a church operation? You know, parishioner gets married, friend of a parishioner gets married, that type of thing. Compared to we're advertising for anybody in the world to come in and use our venue for a wedding. So we don't know where the line is. We don't know as far as that. Our issues are that they are operating commercially. They're concerts. I don't care whether they're events or concerts. I don't care what you define them, but they are operating a commercial operation. They have they seemingly have what, I don't know, last month, 8 to 12 events during the month. So it's not like a concert series that the church says, well, we're going to raise money by doing this concert series for a limited period of time. It just seems to be an open venue and that type of thing. That's what it looks like from here at this point in time. And they do not have proper zoning to do that at that point in time. So we've asked them to come in, make an application, present their case, and then the board's going to have to make that determination. So that's where we are. What they're doing it for, where the money's going, that has nothing to do with the zoning issues at this point in time. So I don't know how else to answer it, because we don't have an application to work from. We begged for one. We haven't got it at this point in time. So this board is legislative. The other office, code enforcement, will be the enforcement. So when they start moving, they will probably attempt to enforce the failure to get proper zoning at this point. A few noise complaints have been set up. They've been ticketed for noise. At this point in time, I forget when the appearance is. I think it might be this month.
May 14th.
Yeah,
they got
May
adjourned.
14th.
Yeah, the appearance got adjourned, so it'll be in May for that. And every time we get a complaint, a written complaint, we will ticket for that complaint. And whether we go to trial, whatever we happen to do, those things will have to progress.
16th, 14th was a Sunday, whatever. I believe it's in May.
I think you're right, because I remember last week Sam sent me the thing saying it was adjourned. Request to be adjourned. I don't think I put it down because it's a Wednesday morning. So it might have been the 10th or 17th. So. So that's really where we are. This board has nothing to act on. If they had something to act on, then they could act. And we could hear everything that is going on. You can get a copy of the approval for what they were approved for. The church has asked for that, and we're given not only the minutes of the meeting, but we also were able to give them the meeting that was done now. Now, you gotta remember, when some of this was done was COVID. So the meetings weren't attended, they were attended online, and they were Zoom meetings at that point in time. And we, like I said, we have the original plans, and the original plans called this a worship center at this point in time. And that's what we acted off of at that point, plus their request for the different events. And the board at that time said professional offices, and that was it. But then it's kind of snowballed from there. And the board believes they've become a commercial operation in that portion of the area. So. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yep, thank you.
If anybody needs any information, just see Kathy for as far as the minutes, and I know that it's been distributed. And the next process would be the application to the planning board. They would review the report if it's first of us. Thank you. Item 8 is a public hearing regarding video conferencing procedures, local law 1 of 2023. John?
Town of Horseheads notice of public hearing. Please take notice that a public hearing will be held by the town of Horseheads on April 12th, 2023 at 7 p.m. at the Horseheads Town Hall, 150 Wygant Road, Horseheads, New York, regarding the adoption of local law number 1 of 2023 of the town of Horseheads regarding a local law to establish video conferencing procedures for public meetings pursuant to New York State Public Officers Law, Section 103-A. Any resident of the town of Horseheads is entitled to be heard upon such proposed local law at such public hearing. Copies of said proposed local law are available for review at the town hall. Handicapped persons needing assistance should contact the town hall before the meeting. By order of the town board of the town of Horseheads, New York, Kathy Wood, town clerk, dated March 14th, 2023, published one time in the Elmira Star Gazette on March 29th, 2023. I'll open the public hearing with regard to the proposed local law. Anyone wish to speak at all, please? Anyone at all? Motions in order to close the public hearing.
Second.
Mr. Ripko.
Aye.
Mr. Lewis.
Aye.
Mr. Wilbur.
Aye.
Mr. Ziegler.
Aye.
Mr. Fisher.
Next.
Aye. Item 9 is discussion of possible action regarding the host agreement for Randy Parker Solar Farm, 251 to 267 Breezeport Road.
The Randy Parker and his engineers have presented a host agreement to the town, which will pay the town per megawatt used on an annual basis after the construction of the project. We have typically requested, $2,500 per megawatt. This is to be a 5 megawatt project. We've typically requested 2,500. They're asking for 2,000. For the main reason being that they have to do a build out in order to get the 3-phase wiring, in order to put the generated electricity into the system. And they said that's going to cost whatever it was, $1 million. Our expectation, I told them that my recommendation to the board would be that there's no reason to change from our perspective from what we've done before at this point in time. So I'd recommend approving post agreement at the $2,500 level.
I'll make that motion.
Mr. Rivka.
Aye.
Mr. Lewis.
Aye.
Mr. Wilbur.
Aye.
Mr. Ziegler.
Aye.
Mr. Fisher.
Aye. Item 10 is discussion possible action regarding decommissioning agreement, Randy Parker Solar Farm, 251-267 Baseball Road. John?
The projects, we usually request a decommissioning plan, which they've given at this point in time, and that the plan be funded, at least in part, in some form of fashion. The last project, the other project that we did, they are funding it with cash deposits over the years. This project, and rather than a cash deposit, they're gonna fund it with a bond. They've given me a copy of the form of the bond, which I have to complete reviewing and talk to them. But the bond will be for, give or take, $425,000 for the decommission at that point in time. I'd ask that the board approve the acceptance of the bond pending my final review, so that we have it.
A motion?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Rivka.
Aye.
Mr. Lewis.
Aye.
Mr. Wilbur. Mr. Ziegler.
Aye.
Mr. Fisher.
Aye. Item 11 is discussion of possible action regarding changing the speed limit on County Route 68, Old Ithaca Road from 45. We got a request from Andy Avery, the county highway supervisor, but in the request, it's their road, it's not ours. In the request, it did not state what he wanted to lower it to.
Wow, how did he get involved with that?
And
He sent it here.
this is from the village line to
To-
Bridge Road.
Right.
So it's not.
Is it to Ridge Road or all the way to 13?
No, I think it was all the way to 13.
I think it's
Oh,
all the way
It's all the way
to.
to-
Oh,
Back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be curious what he's gonna change it to.
To me, I don't know how we can do any action because he didn't tell us what he wants to lower it to.
Can't.
I guess you all have to walk.
Can we do like a Powerball thing?
So, do we table it or?
I mean, it's a county
It's
road.
a county road. I don't want we have any say in
Yeah,
it myself.
you know, you road speed limits are set at the state level anyway. We make requests and that type of thing for our roads, and then it goes to the county for approval, and then it goes up to the state for our roads. I don't know why we're involved in this, except maybe they're looking at it as courtesy to say, we want your input, but,
Phone call would have helped.
well,
I got it in an email.
my mother was upset when it went from 55 to 45.
My first discussion, which I've had a few on the road, was the intention to make it narrower and only give you 3 feet on each side to walk. That would be a calming device to lower your speed limit. Well, that didn't work. I got a store right there in the racetrack, especially for motorcycles. So, and I asked him about lowering the speed limit. He said, "Oh, that'll take forever. The state's awful." Well, here we are, but. So I table it till you find out more information.
Yeah, I mean, I live off of Watkins Road, and that's 30, and they go 60.
They go 60.
Well, do you want to table it, or you just want to put down the no
There's
action?
no act.
No action. No action.
We don't have to carry it on our agenda unless he comes
If
back.
no
No
action,
action, let's
take
take up
action, he can come back. to us. Yeah.
Okay. Item 12 is discussion possible action regarding the JCAP grant quote for the court clerk's office and the courtroom. And that is renovations for some new desks and stuff in the chairs and replacing these chairs out here.
Yeah.
You know, these comfortable chairs that you all are sitting in.
Yeah, I make a motion, we approve that.
Second.
Mr. Rivka.
Aye.
Mr. Lewis.
Right.
Mr. Wilbur.
Aye.
Mr. Ziegler.
Aye.
Mr. Fisher.
Aye. Discussion 13 is discuss possible action regarding L. Falkowski and Will Young General Contracting quote for enclosing our new equipment. And the quote was, well, you all got copies of
One or two quotes, the two quotes?
it's one quote, well, it's the same, they're together now. Yeah. General contracting bid.
So did we get other quotes?
No, it's only 2180. Okay.
below the amount.
Below the amount. That's to enclose this area and over, and we're gonna get new desk and stuff for there too.
Right,
A
that's
countertop.
not-
We're gonna have to put a countertop like up on
Right,
here.
we wanna put a shelf back there. That's gonna be awful crowded once he builds that, so that's not included on the quote.
No,
I don't imagine it's gonna add that much to it.
yeah, do it just like it's.
Right,
behind
we wanna do
here.
it just like.
Behind the judge, it's got that.
It's just a, yeah, it's
Countertop.
just a counter.
Is that gonna have a covering over the top?
No.
No,
Is it gonna have window?
No.
no,
It should be just like
It'll
that.
be just
It's
like-
gonna be just like, it's be high enough that you won't see the computer equipment.
Yeah.
Okay,
it can't get damaged by people.
People will grab it. You don't cover it.
it's gonna be high enough, they're not gonna be able to reach over. You can't cover it, so nobody's gonna be able to get in there.
With that change that we had them build it like this instead of just surrounding that,
Yeah,
I
we
would
can-
make a motion to approve that,
okay,
but make that change.
with the change. Okay.
Second.
Mr. Ripko.
Aye.
Mr. Lewis.
Aye.
Mr. Wilbur.
Aye.
Mr. Ziegler
Aye.
and Mr. Fisher.
Aye. Item 14 is discussion of possible action regarding the youth bureau and the highway department surplus items, declaring them surplus. You all have been in the old youth bureau room with all that equipment in there, it's outdated. Marty has some equipment in the highway department, the Ford Ranger, the van, the youth bureau van, and a couple of trucks, one truck, I think, that's getting replaced. We want to declare that surplus so we can get rid of it.
Surplus, and you can sell it at public or private sale. Yeah.
I'll make a motion,
Second.
get rid of that stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the youth bureau room.
Loaded up with new stuff.
Mr. Ripko.
Aye.
Mr. Lewis.
Aye.
Mr. Wilbur. Mr. Ziegler.
Aye.
Mr. Fisher.
Aye. And item 15, there's no conference request, and I'd like to add an item to the agenda, please. We, out in the Parks Department, we want to replace one of the gators, the older gator. And we have quotes for the gators. We have, and it's in the budget, but I want to add that person
So moved.
purchase a new gator.
Second, does it have to be electric?
No, we're just,
Or-
we're adding the
We'll get-
agenda, we're adding the agenda item.
We're getting a long extension.
So the motion is to agenda. or to-
Add it to the agenda.
Amend the agenda.
Mr. Ripko.
Aye.
Mr. Lewis.
Aye.
Mr. Wilbur.
Aye.
Mr. Ziegler.
Aye.
Mr. Fisher.
Aye.
Now you.
Now we got quotes for a gas gator from M&E out of West Henrietta, which he has in stock for $11,195.25. We have a quote from the same company for an electric gator for $14,195, and we have a quote from John Deere for the gator from Lindsay Equipment for $19,814.50.
Wow.
We've looked at it, and my suggestion would be the gas gator from MTE, which they are holding for us until we approve it.
Yep. Are they identical?
Yeah, we had it here, drove it.
Model number?
See, well, yeah,
I mean.
it's the electric's different model number.
No, I'm talking about the two.
Oh, yeah, yes, they are.
Well, no. The what is the one they quoted for 10?
He's no gas and gas.
It's 11 now, it's
They're
the
11.
gas Cushman, with a hauler. And that, it's actually 14, but we're getting a 3,581.75 discount. Yeah,
So you want a motion?
I need a motion
Right, so to
to,
answer your question, they're not identical. One's a John Deere.
yeah, well, it's a Cushman.
But
it's a
as
John
far
Deere.
as
As far as,
way operating and stuff, it's everything we need.
yeah,
You're out there, that's my.
And, I'm sorry, I'm just, and, I want gas, not electric,
At this point. I
at
don't
this
think-
point.
Yeah.
No move. Second.
Mr. Ripko.
Aye.
Mr. Lewis.
Aye.
Mr. Wilbur.
Aye.
Mr. Ziegler.
Aye.
Mr. Fisher.
Aye. That concludes our agenda tonight. I'll start around the room. If any councilmen have anything, Steve,
No. I'm good.
Don,
I did know.
Carl?
I'm gonna be a.
You feel good? Yep, everything park's open and got a lot of people in there. And got a lot of good comments.
Colleges had a bunch of games.
Colleges had a bunch of games there and they're tickled pink with everything over there, except the wind. Something about the wind over there, I don't know how to stand it.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I was gonna say, seeing none of the business, have motion to adjourn?
Second.
Mr. Ripko.
Aye.
Mr. Lewis.
Aye.
Mr. Wilbur.
Aye.
Mr. Ziegler.
Aye.
Mr. Fisher.
Aye, thank you all and.